Welcome back, folks. We're talking to some very inspiring people. My next guest has lost some of his closest friends to the deadly AIDS virus. It has moved him so deeply that he left a secure job to help people with AIDS. I want you to welcome Mitchell Katine. Hi, Mitchell. Hi. Thank you for being here. So, how is that? You lost a number of your friends?
Oh yeah, over the years, I've lost many friends and clients who have passed away from HIV, over 50, and thank goodness things are starting to turn around now with new medicines, but it's been real rough over the last 10 years.
Yeah, I lost at least 10 friends that I had to AIDS. What did you do? What do you do to help people?
Well, I've been a lawyer for many years, and when the AIDS epidemic started in about '85, and that's actually when I started getting when I was licensed to practice law, I realized that the information, the knowledge that's out there to help people with HIV wasn't getting out to the people that needed to know this. So something I do regularly is give free seminars, and for people that can't afford lawyers, I often assist them in just explaining what their rights are and what the law is to help them with their jobs, with insurance, with benefits, and things like that.
Okay, Demaris Gary, you're our guest today, and you're crying already. Did he help you?
Yes, he did.
Well, you want to tell us about that?
I'm sorry.
So,
Mitchell,
you're HIV positive?
I'm HIV positive. I didn't know nowhere else to turn. I didn't know who to go to. So I went to my doctor, and he recommended me and gave me his number. And I called him and...
Gave you Mitchell's number.
Right. And I called Mitchell and set up an appointment. And my sister and my son and I, my son drove me there, and I seen this big, beautiful building, and I'm like, this man is not going to help me. But,
big plush law office.
Right. But when he introduced himself to me, I felt real comfortable with him. I always feel comfortable with my doctor recommending me to somebody. So we talked and everything, and he just said, I'm going to help you. And it was just like God has sent an angel. Mm-hmm. And that's what Mitchell is to me, an angel.
Okay.
He,
yeah, that's great. That's great. How did you help her, Mitchell?
Well, you know, when somebody when someone is ill, when someone's not feeling well, to go through the bureaucracy and paperwork and know what to do is really one of the last things that you're thinking about. So for Demaris and other people, I just help them work through the system, help them fill out their papers, get them to the right place, because often there are deadlines and other things that have to be met. And, you know, in this situation, there were times where Demaris was in the hospital. And when you're in the hospital, how can you be filling out forms so that you can keep your benefits? So I went to the hospital and I assisted her to get the things done that she needed to have done. And it's hard enough when you're feeling well to complete everything you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
And so, you know,
it's great. You have a new grandson?
Yes, I do.
And what did you name him?
His name is Devontae Mitchell Collins.
Okay. So you named him after Mitchell?
My daughter and I, we talked about it, and my family, they're so grateful for the things Mitchell has done for me and other patients. We couldn't find nothing else. No, words go away. Flowers wither. So this is gonna last forever.
When he looks at your grandson.
When he looks at my grandson.
But you said you wanted to tell him something. You got something you're going to look at him and tell him?
Yes.
Okay.
Mitchell, I I wanted to find something to show you how much I appreciate everything you've done for myself and my family. I wanted to give you a card. I wanted to bake you a cake. I just wanted to give you something, but I couldn't find the words at the time to say, but I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done. God bless you, and thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being my friend.
All right. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that with us. That's beautiful. Can you imagine having 5 children, a full-time job, a house to care for, an overload of things to do? Next you'll meet a mom who deserves a break, and we gave it to her. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This morning at the wee hour of 6 a.m., we did a good deed of our own. We surprised a mom with 5 kids and a full-time job.
Come on, let's go. Let's go surprising Jelka. Let's run. Good morning. I just come to tell you that you're a wonderful sister-in-law and a wonderful mother, and we're going to give you the night off. You have dinner on the Bradshaw Different show, and you're going to stay at the Sheraton Astrodome, and I'm going to keep the kids for you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Surprise!
Oh, that's too funny.
Good morning.
The boys knew about it. Everybody knew about it but you. Because you're a good mom.
So did we just surprise you?
Yes.
All right. You're going to have a good day today. We're gonna be on TV. We're going to go out to eat. And we're going to spend the night in the hotel. All right?
Do you always surprise all your guests like this, Mr. Bradshaw? Oh, you would.
Now, please say hello to Jelka and Alfred Powers. Welcome. Welcome, folks. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I understand you've got 5 children and they kept this secret.
Right,
They
right.
knew about it and they kept it.
Right.
Boy, how do you do that? I never had any kids keep a secret. But you have 5 kids, you have a full-time job. How you do it?
Well, it takes a lot of balancing. I was just really tickled when they came and knocked on the door at 6 o'clock. I knew it was probably my sister-in-law. So I went down there, and it was her, you know, but of course there was a camera crew behind her, and it's like what
whoa.
is this, you know? But, you know, and how I balance everything, it takes a lot of balancing. We get up in the morning, get ready for school, try to get people off to catch the bus. I have to go to work, be at work at 8 o'clock, work all day. I have a carpooler, drop her off, come home. We've got Boy Scouts, you know, church activities.
Absolutely.
Just, you know, a whole lot of things to do.
So it's nice to get a day off.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Alfred, when did you get this in your mind?
Well, actually, I got a call. At first I thought it wasn't a good idea, but the more I thought about it, the more I talked about it. I said it could be a great idea. I knew I couldn't do it by myself. I needed my kids to help, so they cleaned, we worked, and I told them, and when we have talks, I sit everyone down in the den and we tell what we need to do, whatever plans, and they listen and they try to obey, and the older ones help the younger ones, so it was great.
That is great. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day today.
Yes, my question is for Mitchell. Because when somebody gets a disease or something happens to them personally, you know, the trauma, whatever, it motivates them to do things for other people with the same problem. Do you have HIV?
Well, I do not, but the HIV and AIDS is affecting everyone. And when this whole thing started, I realized that someday this is going to be over with. Hopefully soon, that AIDS and HIV will have a cure. And at that time, I think that myself and all of us are going to be asked, well, what did you do during the time of the crisis? And I just couldn't live with myself if I didn't do anything. So I'm just doing my part, and I hope other people are doing theirs.
You know, one of the interesting things in Dante's Inferno, the greatest punishment is for those who do nothing in a time of crisis.
I had a question for the first panelist, and I wanted to know exactly how long he had tried to become a recovering alcoholic before that accident happened, and how long you've been clean and sober.
I didn't recognize alcohol really as my main problem. I tried to quit like for periods of times, but it only lasted 3 weeks. So really, I was never in recovery until this accident.
So I think that's a very important thing for all of us. The denial in addiction is so deep.
It's very powerful.
I mean, I had my first alcoholic blackout when I was 13 years old, and it's like you'd think that would stop you, but I drank for another 17 years. So thank you for sharing that. At only 8 years old, my next guest has touched more lives than most of us ever will.
I just like to say thank you for everything you've done for us.
Thank you. Oh, that is so sweet.